Hi everybody, it's Miss Jessica from the Tech at Lowell Branch Library, here to share another STEM activity with you today. And today, we're going to talk a little bit about coding and practice some coding skills together. So what is coding? Coding is when you create a set of instructions for a computer that tells the computer to perform a certain task. The instructions are detailed and step-by-step in coding so that the computer knows exactly what to do. Computer chips that read code and help a device perform a certain task can be found in many of the items you see and use every day. There may be a computer chip in your car that helps control the navigation and radio systems. There might be a computer chip in your oven which helps the oven heat up to a particular temperature and then turns off the oven when it reaches that temperature. And there's even a computer chip in the device you're using right now, whether you're on an actual computer or a tablet or a smartphone, and that computer chip is reading code right now to help you watch this video. To practice a little bit of coding, I have this mouse here which we can code using these buttons to make certain movements. And I've set up a maze where the mouse is going to start in a certain place and we have to figure out how to code him so that he can get to the cheese in the maze. I have my maze here and I have my mouse. He's going to start in this position right here, and here is his cheese. So he can go through the maze one of two ways. We can either take him the long way, I'm going to call it, and he can start here, go under the orange tunnel. He can go around this way, through this other orange tunnel, straight to the cheese. Or we can go the short way, where he turns this direction and then goes this way, right to the cheese. So we need to figure out how to tell him to move so that we can get him there. We can move forward, we can move backward, we can turn right or left, and he's not going to move until we have put in all of the motions or all of the code. So I'm thinking I'm going to try the short way first, and first he needs to turn. So I'm going to tell him to turn this direction by pressing this button. And then he needs to go forward, and then he needs to turn again and then go forward. So I've keyed in all those buttons, and I'm going to press the green center button and see if he gets there. That didn't work, did it? So my first code didn't work right, and that happens sometimes. Sometimes you just need to go back and think about what step you might have missed when you were coding in the instructions. So my mouse last time, he turned and he went this way to this square, and then he turned again and he went off the board. So I have to be missing a step somewhere. I think I may have figured it out. So I think what happened was that I thought if I pressed the turn button, it would turn and then move forward, and that's not the case. So what I need to do then is he definitely needs to turn this direction, and then he needs to move forward a square, and then he will be here facing this way. So then I think he will need to turn this direction. So I might need to use the orange or the left arrow key this time to turn him this direction, and then he's going to need to go straight again. And then I think he might need to turn right and then go straight again, and he'll be at the cheese. So let's try this sequence of code. He got the cheese that time. Awesome. So I want to try the long way too. It did seem like that the short way had quite a few more steps than I thought it would, looking so simple. Just with all those turns, it made it a bit more complicated. So let's see what the long way is like. So my first two movements, I think he's going to need to go straight twice so that he can get to here. So I'll code that in. And then he's going to need to make a turn. I think he's going to need to make a turn to the right, so I'm going to press the right arrow, and then he's going to need to go forward after he turns so that he can get to this square. And then he's going to need to turn again, this time to the left, I think, and then go forward again so that he can get to this square. Then we're going to need another right turn, and another forward, and another right turn so that he's facing this direction. and another forward, and then another forward, and he should be at the cheese. So let's see how that works. He got the cheese again. And the long way and the short way both required quite a few instructions, but as I said earlier, coding really does involve a very detailed step-by-step process that you have to practice at and work towards so that you can get it right. Doing simple coding with movements like we just did with the mouse is a great way to start learning your coding skills. This mouse is typically available here in our Makerspace at the Tech at Lowell branch. However, our Makerspace is not available at the moment, but hopefully soon our Makerspace will be back in action and you'll be able to come and use this mouse to practice some coding skills yourself. There are so many cool things you can do with coding, and the possibilities are limitless. For now, if you're interested in learning more, I have put a link down below to a website called hourofcode.com. Hourofcode.com has activities for all age groups that are online and can help you practice coding skills right from your own computer. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I'll see you next time, and happy coding!